name my hometown, but I don't know what.
Are we online, Heather?
I was still reading.
I can check.
I'm watching it load, watching it load, watching it load, watching it load. Watching it load, still don't see anything. Okay. Get this out of my face. You don't need to see me and all my disgustingness. Food! Could you make me a plate, please? Oh God, wait. Don't look at me. There we go. Still out here.
Yes.
Oh man, that looks good. I wasn't looking, I was paying attention to something else.
Damn, that shit look good.
Whenever Quest eats meat.
Whenever a goat finds anything.
I love goats.
They're good as a goat.
I got called goat once and I had no idea what it meant. I was like, how am I a goat? And then I realized what it meant because it was a football player saying it to me. It's like, oh, that makes sense.
It's not greatest of all time?
It is greatest of all time. But like,
that's a football thing?
That's a football thing.
I thought it was just a general thing by this point.
It might have been a general thing by this point, but like back then, in high school, yeon days of my earliness. Back in the day when my bones were still firm. And my hands could open up bottles easier.
I tuned in at a really odd spot there.
What did you tune in at?
When your bones were still firm.
Is this bowl available? No one's using it?
Yeah, that's for you. That's for you. I was talking about how back in the old days of high school, when my bones were still firm.
Are they firm no longer?
They're no longer firm. They're brittle. They're weak. I got no hips.
Osteosis imperfecta.
Most of the time they're just like either.
I drink milk. I drink so much milk. My bones are super firm. I love milk.
Are we really going with firm? Okay.
What do you want me to call my bones otherwise? What's the opposite of brittle? Firm.
No.
Sturdy?
Sturdy? No. That's for weak people.
Strong?
Sturdy's for weak people?
Sturdy is for weak people. My bones are firm.
'Tis firm.
My mom got a new air fryer / toaster oven. We've never had a toaster oven before.
Yes, we have.
Not in my
My
house.
hands are just wiggly.
What, air fryer?
A toaster oven.
Okay.
We had an air fryer.
You can let her out.
I'm making hand gestures with.
Let her outside.
I'm making hand gestures. Okay. I'm making wiggly hands.
It It's a good stupid human trick, but it's not actually something my hands should do. So
Hello. Gosh, where is everyone? Dead?
Well, Ray said start late.
Yeah. There they are.
Lee! It's been so long since I've seen you.
Like,
A couple days.
I'm so sorry. I'm actually driving back right now.
Everyone's driving.
What's everyone driving? Driving me crazy.
I have to drive to Atlanta tomorrow morning.
We're driving to Atlanta on Thursday.
I might not be.
When are you driving?
I also have to drive back to Atlanta on Friday.
So fun.
I drive off tomorrow.
We're all vacating the city.
Like everyone.
Yeah.
Like, man, 75% of apartment buildings are empty already.
It's fantastic.
It's wonderful. It's hilarious.
We went to Aldi today, so little people.
Oh, the lack of people is just like.
This is quite good.
I hate humans.
Those were the most fun dreams of being trapped in, like, abandoned buildings.
Never had a dream like that.
I
I
actually
dreamed
have.
last night that I got kidnapped.
Why?
Why is it called kidnap no matter what age the victim is?
Gosh,
Good question.
I was supposed to know.
I had a dream last night that featured a half purple Wookiee, and I don't know what that means. I don't remember any context, but it was a Wookiee, and it was half purple down the middle, and I don't know. I'm at a loss, guys.
We saw a child worker today.
Yeah, the person who took my order at Firehouse was like 10 years old.
That might be one of those, my dad owns the place and he wants to teach me, like, how work is.
I think her mom works there. Because she like set up the register and then like went in the back.
I know how a babysitter type beat.
Maybe.
Neighbors on the porch.
Who?
Neighbors.
Oh. Kitty outside. So focused on this.
It is good.
Yeah, so. I love baked tofu.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you were just outside.
The cat's out there.
The cat's not vanquished.
Must vanquish the cat, my greatest enemy. I like this. This
Mine was hard
Kombucha?
to open.
bottle.
I had to run it under hot water in order to get the cap off.
I did not. It has ridges on it.
It's got the grip, so you think they're aware.
Yeah, I just cut my hand.
This is like the second time today.
Hmm. Madonna made an NFT of her giving birth to centipedes.
Who?
Madonna.
Why?
A bit try hard, isn't it? The second you involve centipedes, it kind of becomes try hard, isn't it?
I mean, that's everything Madonna does.
I'm just talking about centipedes in general.
Oh, baby jellyfish.
Oh.
So lethal.
Mm.
Just like Spore. I love Spore. I restarted that game so many times just to customize again.
Like everybody.
I like got to the tribal state and was like, nah, I'm good, and I would restart. I hated that. I was like, I don't care about other clans and tribals. I still want to control my character.
See, that's our problem. Our species hasn't reset fast enough.
Oh, my soul. Rested in the ground.
Another news article?
No. Just like when you read something, you're like, why would you ever put that down into words?
Me and some people were deliberately looking up like worst tweets a couple days ago. That was fun.
Look!
Hello, Keenan.
Hello, I'm sorry I'm late.
You're all good.
Everyone's late today.
What's cooking in the microwave?
Hey Google, set a 5-minute time.
5 minutes, and we're starting now.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello,
yes!
Morgan.
Do we have everyone?
No,
No.
waiting on Ray.
Right.
Ray.
I didn't realize I left myself unmuted, so sorry for all the rustling noises.
Did you have the microwave turn on?
It must have been.
Oh yeah.
What was in it?
Oh, what was in it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's some hot water for tea, and then I melted a little cheese to
Into your tea? You put the cheese in your tea?
No, these are two separate entities. I made some hot water for tea, and then I also melted some cheese to dip crackers into.
Fondue.
You're dipping crackers into your cheese tea.
Cheese and crackers.
Do you
No.
not have a kettle?
Get
I like
it
it.
all in one.
I love Damien in the background.
I live in a studio apartment, and I do not have a kettle because I also do not have a stove.
What about an electric kettle?
Yeah, electric kettle.
So to really level, I'm waiting on a very, very fancy tea thing to get shipped. It got delayed because of the pandemic, and it's nice because it acts as a kettle, but it also brews the tea in a way that... Oh, let me finish chewing this cracker, for God's sakes. 1 second. So basically, you can set this up to brew the tea how you like it. So it has a reservoir that fills with water that is heated to the proper temperature for that specific tea.
So like a Keurig, but for tea?
Yes, except it will steep it inside the thing, and you can use loose leaf.
Ooh.
And so you put the loose leaf in, and you program it, and you say, I have this white tea, and this is the steep time for it. And the water temperature should only be 180, unless, for like a white tea or something. And it will heat it to that, and it will steep it for X amount of time, and then it will dispense it into the glass after that time has elapsed. So you can get the nice, perfect, consistent brew for that. And I understand people being appalled that I'm using microwave to heat my water for my tea.
I am ambivalent.
That's because Bridget doesn't care about tea.
If the water's hot, the water's hot.
Purists.
What does it matter whether you make the water hot from the stove or from the microwave?
It tastes different.
It doesn't entirely matter, but the temperature the water gets to matters.
Leave the stove on.
So if you have a white or green tea, you don't want it to be boiling, but if you want like an oolong, it should be about 212 should be the water temperature you're going for. So it's like...
Honestly, when I steep tea, I just look at the color and see if the color is a little, see if it's dark enough. I don't actually time it.
Well, have you ever made green tea and have it come out taste like bitter grass?
Yeah, but I know what color it's going to be, so it doesn't taste super bitter.
Hot wheatgrass.
Well, there's color, but there's also with things like green and white teas, you can't have the water temperature too high or you're actually pouring the tea. So there's little things like that too.
I just boil the water and then wait a couple minutes so it's not at 212 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm. That works too.
What if theoretically you mass produced something like a Keurig or some other hot beverage making machine, and you deliberately include a small compartment into the side of the chamber with just a bit of cyanide, and then it's controlled by an electronic gate because it probably communicates over some sort of wireless signal, and there's like a code word, and theoretically you could deliver cyanide into the beverages of like millions of people at once.
So the question is why?
Because you're Lex
Sorry for
Luthor,
being late.
obviously. Ray! Ray!
Hello!
I'm in a different city now, guys.
Ray, you're
so
missing out
confused.
on some excellent rice.
I love rice. God damn it.
Rice. We also missed out on cotton candy grapes.
Candy grapes?
Cotton candy grapes.
Cotton candy grapes.
I've had those before. They're not my favorite. I don't know.
They're weird.
I like a tart grape. Well, I mean, I do like sweet grapes, but not when they're like too sweet,
Hard
opinions about grapes.
Wait, is that a glass?
Yeah. Would you like it?
Yeah.
Last time. Are we ready, boys and girls?
Are you ready, kids?
That could be good.
Aye, Captain.
Okay.
Flat bottom.
Yeah.
Candles.
Candles.
Mm-hmm.
So, last we left off, the party was split among a moral quandary. Some arguing that murder is okay, and others saying, not really. But before they could work out their differences, the village was attacked by a foul-smelling plant beast that disgorged half-digested corpses to fight them. Apparently, due to the fact that its supply of corpses had been interrupted by the recent actions of the Crown's Guard. You temporarily set aside your differences to defeat this threat, but now you are once again at each other's throats. And you're going to attempt to resolve this issue through a town council meeting. So, you're all standing over the body of the corpse flower, staring each other down. Can you turn up my volume?
The what?
The volume. It's at the top. At the top of the keyboard.
At the top of the keyboard.
Where was I?
This one?
You were with
This one?
the guard. Nope, that's
Yep.
the mute.
That's mute.
Over that one.
That's that one?
No. No.
No.
How did you open Excel?
I don't know either.
There you go.
Turn it all the way up.
All the way?
Yes, all the way.
Oh. The volume button conveniently placed right
Hello,
next to
everyone.
the microphone.
Welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role. The difference between sisters surrounding Dungeons and Dragons.
Shut up,
Matthew. Anyways.
I got raced down my throat in whole pieces.
That's a lot for one button.
I didn't know other buttons could do that.
Why did you press so many of
I
them?
only pressed the sound button.
Anyways, so you're standing over the body of the corpse flower. What would you like to do?
I would like to investigate the corpse flower and see where it possibly came from or its origins.
Okay, roll an investigation check. Well, actually, a nature check.
Give me a second, I'm pulling my stuff up.
Is anyone like visibly injured from the fight? I can't remember.
I don't think anyone got injured.
I think Bob got
I don't think anyone got like.
Oh, I got poisoned.
Mm-hmm. Is it still poison because the plant is dead?
Yeah, still poisoned.
That sucks.
It sure does.
Hold on, Edra.
Alright, that's a 19.
Okay. So, you do know that corpse flowers are actually native to wooded areas such as this, but they tend to live like very isolated from human populations. They're very rarely seen or heard from unless their environment has been disturbed in some way. And you would guess by the fact that this corpse flower only has had 4 bodies in it when they usually have more, that it probably has not been eating well, and that's why it ventured into town.
Can I identify any of the bodies?
You wouldn't know any of them.
Are they just humans, or are they just, what are they? Okay.
There are some small animals in there too, but the 4 big corpses are humans. Anyone else?
I mean, it's a flower.
No.
You don't have to do anything to the flower. What do you want to do in the game?
Seems like we're very flower focused at the moment, though. I'm just waiting for people to get done with it.
People are done with the flower.
Are they?
Mango rejected.
Probably. Should we go back to the meeting? Nobody else got hurt because it was only attacking us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where is this corpse flower? Like, is it just in the middle of the street?
Yep.
Do we want to move it?
No. It's fine.
Leave it there?
Yeah. They can deal with it.
Yeah, sure. Maybe it could be like fertilizer or something. I don't know.
If they want to do something with it, they can. If they want me to do something with it, they have to pay me.
I'm gonna drag it off the road and to the side of it.
I'm gonna help Bob do that.
Okay. Bob, make a strength check with advantage.
Okay.
Also, there really is no side of the road. It's the street and then houses. So you would have to drag it all the way back down the road to the edge of the forest.
So corpse flower can eat it.
Cannibalism.
Well, theoretically, there has to be some sort of scavenger species. I assume it's corpse flower.
I got a 23.
You and Sir Edward, working together, managed to slowly, step by step, drag it all the way back down the street, about 100 yards, back to the edge of the trees, leaving kind of a trail of slime and broken flower pieces in its wake.
Yummy.
Excuse you.
On my throat.
You're supposed to swallow it.
True.
Well, I heard Matt Mercer, and my throat stopped working.
So shocking.
He's invaded our game.
Get out!
He's everywhere.
Talk about the Mercer effect. So, corpse flower, disposed of, kinda.
Not really.
Removed from the center of things.
Where's the smell dominantly coming from? Like the center?
Yeah, just kind of exuding out of it.
He's gonna grab it.
There's not really like a smell pouch.
Nah, I won't bother.
Distilled corpse flower.
I want to get some people out of the room.
Anything else? Or do you wish to return to the council meeting?
I wish to return to the council meeting.
I also wish that.
Okay. So you guys head back over to the other street, to the crowd that is kind of standing around Ralka's house, kind of staring at where you went and like, don't want to deal with that. Glad you guys are here. Ralka retakes her place up on the porch, and the 4 other kind of middle-late years members of the council standing next to her. And she points at you each and directs you to stand in your disparate groups on either side of her. And as you are doing this, a contingent of guards comes running up the street. Seka among them, but kind of shunted to the back. And the lieutenant, kind of panting as he approaches, goes, "What was all of that? What is that foul creature on the edge of town? Dead?" "Yes, I can see that."
It was I believe, a corpse flower monster. But we took care of it.
I see.
So it is no longer a threat.
It's dead.
And what is all of this?
A gathering of people.
Gathering to do what?
Talk.
He kind of looks up at Ruoth and he goes, talk about what? She goes, it's a matter of town's interpersonal relationships. Well, not necessary here. And the lieutenant kind of glares back and goes, I think we'll stay and watch anyways. If you don't mind. And she kind of, no, we don't mind. And then kind of removes them from her thoughts and refocuses back on you two, your two groups. And she goes, so, the issue we have come to discuss today is one of morality and priorities. Some of our group of visitors were involved in an altercation with some of our villagers who left town last month, resulting in their deaths. They claim that as they were acting on orders of the crown and that they were being paid to remove bandits from the woods, their actions are defensible, while other members of this group who were not present for this interaction say that an act such as this would be inexcusable no matter the cause. Your group, she gestures at Fimo and Redacted and etc.
Right.
Yeah, you guys.
T-Bone.
Tonki. What do you have to say for yourselves?
Wow, but the guy is charisma. You're a bard.
You all kind of like cluster into a group and you're like whispering to each other. Easy.
I have rice up my
rice on me.
I have rice up my
That'd be
nose.
really gross.
It's rice up my nose.
Snort. Did you get it?
I don't think I did.
Maybe drink.
You gotta
Wow.
snort again.
No, I'm not gonna snort again.
It's not gonna come out.
Oh. I feel it making a slow passageway down my throat. Ew.
Oof. That sucks, man.
Sure does. Anyway, Frog, do you want to speak? Or do you want to let Fimo speak?
I think I'll speak.
He said, oh god.
I guess Frog breaks the huddle and he turns to address Lady Volka and he kind of just says, well, my lady, I don't believe there's much more to be said than the circumstances you've just described. We were under the employment of someone else, and we were intentionally misled. And yes, obviously, we made a huge mistake in carrying out this mission to the extent that we did, but we would not have done so given the full truth of the matter. That our intention was never. Yeah.
Roll a persuasion check. a persuasion check with advantage because you've already succeeded on this before, but this is for like everybody present.
Okay.
How good are you at persuasion?
+1.
Oh.
Oh. That's an 11.
Because you
Wait, was that with advantage?
with advantage.
Yeah, with advantage it was 11.
Okay.
Oh.
Because you have already succeeded in swaying Ralka to your side, and she has had time to like spread word to other members of the community. There is some grumbling and some glances thrown your way, but overall, the mood of the crowd still stays fairly neutral, vaguely positive towards you. Ralka nods and she goes, and the rest of you, what do you have to say?
Sir Edward kind of gets up, kind of tired. He's still very tired from killing a corpse flower and not getting any sleep. And he says, my concern has not solely been with the act of what they did. It is that we still do not know the name of the employer that they speak of. And as well, one of their party members had in possession of them some tools for unsavory activities.
Describe these unsavory activities.
Well, it appeared to be that they had a set of torture tools.
Mm-hmm.
Could I technically just project my memory into like audio and just replay it?
No.
No.
That would be sweet, though.
That would be
You
epic.
are way pushing the limits of a cantrip.
Yeah.
Did they describe to you their use of these torturous tools?
What? Wait, what did you say?
Did they describe to you their use of these torturous tools?
No, they did not.
Why did you have in your possession a set of torturous tools?
I have it. I'm going to come out and be like, I have it. I'm the one who owns them. And I have it because my good friend, Redacted, likes to have things from animal and undead carcasses. So I take them and then I help dismantle the corpse for him. And I show and I take out of my bag some wolf teeth that I still have. See? Wolf teeth.
And how did you come by these tools?
We were kidnapped. Me, Redacted, and Frog. But I think they were human traffickers. Maybe. I just know I woke up in a jail cell. And then I ran out after I was picking my lock. And in one of the rooms, it was not a good room. There was torture tools, and I took them. Because I thought about Redacted.
So, your primary objection is that you have no way of knowing if they are telling the truth and therefore are not sure of their trustworthiness.
That's correct.
Okay. And so the reason for you beginning outright combat was...
I wouldn't say it was outright combat. We just
You
ran
were firing deadly spells
at the corpse flower.
at each other.
In the woods.
Yes, we did fire spells at each other in the woods during the night, but the spells that on our side were casting were such as invisibility, and we simply were trying to get away.
Mm-hmm.
It was Fimo who captured the bell toll that injured Duchess.
I did not injure Duchess at all.
Yes.
Brug raises his hand. My lady, might I pose a question to Sir Edward here?
Go ahead.
Just so that we all get a full story. Why exactly were you and Duchess trying to get away from Fimo so quickly? What were the incidents that led to that?
Our observation of the torture tools.
And how did you come to observe those torture tools?
We saw them in her bag while on watch.
So you rifled through her belongings?
I did not rifle through her belongings. I cannot speak for Duchess.
So it sounds to me that many of you perhaps acted unwisely.
She had her hands down my pants.
My God, Heather.
Unwisely in accepting jobs from strangers, not knowing the full context, or in jumping to conclusions and disturbing another person's personal space. And it appears to me that everyone has blown this entire situation far out of proportion. If you feel that you cannot trust your teammates, then you can simply remove yourselves from their presence. And if you find that someone is attempting to steal from you in the night, you could perhaps not immediately jump to murder. How does that sound?
I still want an apology from Duchess.
I think everybody owes everyone an apology, especially those who killed my own people.
I'm pretty sure I was at something else. Sorry again.
I am certain you did not.
Sorry.
I'm beginning to think. She lowers her voice, and the soldiers on the edge of the room kind of like lean in. And Seka, you can't quite catch what she's saying. She goes, I'm beginning to think that you may not be the people for this job. But we'll have to ask for the aid of someone else. I'm not sure where I may find it. Will you, or will you not, be able to continue to work together to accomplish your goals? Or should I send you away?
We'll do what needs to be done, ma'am. We will do the job to our utmost ability.
I need to know first that you are all capable of working together, cordially. Can you sit in a room together without coming to blows?
I personally am willing to put this incident aside in order to achieve that.
All of you?
I would be as well.
Yes.
You too?
If the Duchess says yes, then I'm fine.
A yes or a no? Yes?
That is thinking hard. Yes or no, too. Yep. Yes. Okay. Yes.
While the backgate is thinking, Bob gives a nod.
Okay. If don't break my tangle.
I didn't mean to.
Why were you yanking it?
I was just sketching it. I'm so sorry.
It's made of plastic.
I'm so sorry.
It doesn't stretch.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
If another issue such as this occurs, I will be forced to ask you all to leave, and I will expect you do so with utmost haste. Am I understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Completely.
Certainly. Yes.
The rest of the council is agreed, and everybody else nods their heads. Good. We are adjourned. But as she says that, the captain of the guard steps forward. He goes, the lieutenant, he goes, sorry. What was it they were in town for?
Visiting our friends.
Yeah?
Yeah, the carnival. We heard they were here and we got separated. So we came by to say hi.
Uh-huh. A roving band of mercenaries just happened upon a secluded, nameless village to visit some carnival freaks.
That's offensive.
Second wonders closer to this entire thing as this conversation is continuing, just going. She doesn't speak up quite yet, but she does move a good bit closer in to keep tabs on what's being said.
He looks around at all of you and then makes eye contact with Ruolka, and he goes, I'll be keeping an eye out. And he turns on his heel and marches back down the street.
Becca stands for a minute and looks at everybody and is just like, I'm away for a couple days, and this is where we're at.
Dima shoots a little heart, hand heart. Like, we're fine! We did good! Look at the whip.
She turns and she goes back the other way. I'll be at the tavern later.
Oh my god, Heather!
Shoot.
Okay. People begin to disperse. What do you all do?
Well, we gotta figure out where to go from here.
Alpha.
I think she would have suggested everybody should just go share dinner and a drink and get over it. And
It's only like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Start early. That's her advice, especially after all that.
But as the people clear out, Alf kind of hangs back and then approaches you, and he goes, "Did any of you actually have a plan, or are you just running around hoping something happens?"
We had a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was it?
Our plan was to discover who killed that contingent of people who
And
were-
also,
Well, we were fairly certain it was the crown already.
we were also looking for mail carriers, and we had someone on the inside looking at the stuff.
Right. And what have they accomplished?
We haven't talked to them. Because we were kind of busy with our own crap.
Did they have a goal going in, or did you just decide to implant somebody with no further instructions?
Did we have a plan,
The
guys?
goal was to look it around and see what she could find out about the ulterior motive behind the Crown's Guard. But so far, we haven't been able to have very close contact with her yet.
Well, I think we're all fairly aware their primary goal is stealing the dead and preventing outside reinforcements.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've heard is that you all wasted 3 days discovering what we already knew.
Unless you know anyone else who has manipulated the dead.
Anyone want to point out that you killed a bunch of people because you didn't do your due diligence, and maybe it's a good thing you spent all this time making sure that your information was valid? I'm not there. Just seems funny.
I mean, just ask Bob to come out and do something. How are we supposed to stop this?
You didn't exactly give me a lot of details when I first accepted.
We gave you all of the information your first morning in town. If you feel that you are not up to the challenge, then I will simply find somebody else. There are other monks at the monastery. It would just mean that I would have to travel farther and delay longer before aid can be acquired. But if necessary, it can be done. Now, do you think that you can accomplish this task or not?
It's up to Bob. This is his business. What do you think? You think we can?
Yeah.
I hope so. For these
We're up
people's
for the
sake,
task.
I'm putting my faith in you and the safety of this entire village. I hope you live up to it.
Fantastic.
He turns.
No.
What?
If you have such a problem with our plans, you gotta share some deets and help
I
us.
gave you the information that I had.
But you're angry about our planning strategy.
Your plans which
Do
have
you want to
accomplished
collaborate
nothing.
with that?
Yeah. So, like, you want to give us a better plan?
Could find a way to make it so that the soldiers have no more interest in this town. They are collecting the dead. For what reason, they're clearly unwilling to share. But you could remove the dead from the factor. Tell them, find a way to communicate with the Empire that the village was destroyed, that it was massacred and that no bodies remain. Could kill all of the soldiers and then send back some kind of message. I don't know. But it's not something that I could ever do alone, which is why I asked all of you here.
Okay.
Perhaps you could suggest to Ralka that they begin burning their dead instead of burying them, or at least making it appear that way. Simply make the presence of bodies no longer attractive to them.
Thank you.
Understood.
If you need any more help, you know where I'm staying. He turns and walks away.
Bro, you would think you would have told us this earlier.
Yeah, that's what you would have thought, but that's okay.
No.
We have time.
We wasted how many days?
3.
3 days, man.
We can just do our best with what we have now.
all said you were previously.
Sorry, you cut out.
You all said you were previously employed by a member of the Crown.
We don't know if she's from the Crown. She looks like it.
Is there a way you could get in contact with her?
We haven't discovered anything about her. Someone can open the house and be a servant. You look
Nothing about.
Huh?
There was nothing about her that could pertain to this.
None whatsoever. Believe me, I've done my fair share of digging.
She was called the mistress, and she had an undead friend.
And she
Did you say that
presented
again?
her.
She was called the mistress?
No. The second part.
She had a friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a way to get in contact with his friend?
Not without her, no.
Why not?
I'm pretty sure she controls him, considering the fact he's undead and he has to follow everything that she says, based on my theory right now.
So your previous employer had an undead servant?
Yeah.
Unfortunately correct.
We found this out way later on, though. I thought he was just a weird dude. No, he's a weird undead dude.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's what they're using the bodies for?
Considering we only met one of them. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
What if we convinced them that the bodies were contaminated in some sort of way?
Or we
Maybe
can
later
just,
traffic on them.
or we can just say they're burning the bodies now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they'd probably check that.
Check burned bodies that no longer exist.
I think he means they'd send more reinforcements to confirm the message.
As well as expect fires repeatedly.
Could we just fake a plague?
Fake a plague.
You said you wanted a disease or something. Or
Yeah. If it's a contagious disease infecting the corpses, no one's going to want to go near it.
That's true. Does it matter that we don't know what they want the corpses for? Because, like, how would... Never mind. Ignore me. I'm overthinking.
Are you asking if they would still use a diseased corpse?
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, if there was a certain, like, would it matter if we didn't know what they were using it for, because maybe there's a circumstance where they would still be able to use it regardless of what we did to it.
I think you guys are making this too complicated. Let's just say they're burning the bodies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What about you, Redacted? What do you say? Looking at notes. Okay. So, what?
Rebecca, are you passing her a note in real time? Or, like, in the game? Or is that just, like, a thing? Like, do we see you do that?
Bad time to be not here, isn't it? I have all the power.
The missing out is killing me.
Oh, these are written in real time.
Like in the game?
Yes. I will say what he has written if you're okay with that.
This is awkward because you're not supposed to be able to read well.
I'm not supposed to be able to read well, but just for this one thing, I'm going to pretend I can read this so everyone else can understand what's happening.
Maybe it's written in Infernal and you can read Infernal better?
Yeah, I can read Infernal. I can't read Common, but I can read
It
Infernal.
comes naturally, like Half-Bloods with ancient Greek.
Exactly. So you're writing this in Infernal.
You have dyslexia. Your brain is hardwired for Infernal.
It sure is.
Exactly.
Redacta says, I seek to avoid blades or words at the moment. Both got us into this mess in the first place.
Understandable. So, where exactly do you stand on the current plan?
Your mother. Rip it. Oh my god, such violence. You just hear him ripping up paper and throwing it away.
Asimar just walks up behind you and starts sprinkling paper in your ear.
And Asimar gets to the pillow. Yeah. I have no ideas at the moment.
Oh my god, Fluxion.
Luxcam!
Turn the computer.
Just heard.
Luxcam.
I must see. She's hill-shaped. Just one oval.
So do you want to go with the idea of their burning bodies now? Okay,
I
you're
believe you guys made me tell you guys how to solve the puzzle.
do you want life business to be done or not?
Should have known better than to ask you guys to use your brains.
How many steps have there been?
This was all I thought of 3 weeks
I
ago.
know.
Because we knew nothing back then.
Redacted's awesome plan. This was written weeks ago. Step 1.
This isn't real.
Go to the edge of town and bury something poorly. Step 2. Go inform guards that I found something weird. Step 3. If they are dumb enough, they might clue at what they are after, depending on response. Step 4. Never force anything directly and let them do what they must. Step 5. Either info or slightly peeved guards. This plan is entirely redundant now.
Yeah, I don't think that would work very well.
This is like when we do nothing.
Back when there was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he gave me Alp, and I was like, he's like, you have a terrible idea. I was like, oh, give me a better one, man. Give me a better one.
So I think the plan is to make it seem like the town has started burning their dead instead of burying them.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's not absorbing.
I know. We could also just throw out the idea we can pretend everyone was massacred and kill off all the guards, but Redacted doesn't want to do swords. The Redacted one doesn't want to do swords or words.
Mm-hmm. Also, I feel like they would come and check that.
Yeah.
And obviously we can't actually massacre the entire town.
No. We
That would be-
we pretend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Or we can get like fake blood and they could all just die.
Mm-hmm.
I still think burning bodies is the best idea.
I think that's the safest, yeah. And the easiest ruse to pull off.
I redacted his writing. I will not do either to make amends in my own way. I will support your own plan in any way I can otherwise. Do you have like a vow of silence going on?
He's got a sore throat. He's got laryngitis.
Like, are you amending through a vow of silence? Aren't you so glad you left, Ray?
I'm
Ray's writing their own notes that you can't see.
I'm writing notes, Heather. I'm filling the notebook. I'm chronicling.
Ray will write themselves their own sticky notes, and you'll never know what they say.
Yeah, exactly. If only I had sticky notes.
Words will distract us from our actions until we face proper consequences. This is how it must be for me. I will continue being your translator.
As long as you're still willing to help out. I don't care. Alright, so what's the first step in making everyone believe that the bodies are being burned?
Well,
because we're going to need help from the town.
We're going to talk to Rolka, and I guess we'll start spreading rumors that due to the missing bodies, they've started burning them instead.
Mm-hmm. Should we?
So we won't directly tell the guards. The news will just reach the guards naturally through word of mouth.
Uh-huh.
Do we want them to actually burn some bodies as proof?
I was also thinking that.
Like, at the
is there
very
a way
least,
we could, like...
They could burn the corpse flower. It's not a human body.
Mm-hmm.
But it might help spread the rumor.
Yeah. Let's go talk to Rolka about this, and then we'll go talk to Seka later in the bar.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
Give me just a second.
There were bodies in the corpse flower, you know. Yes, we do know this, and we're thinking about using them for burning the bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Unless people know these people, then we'll see how those people feel. Yeah. Okay. Pain and suffering.
Pain.
Misery.
Agony.
Agony.
Oh.
So much going on.
So many people are texting Percy right now.
Okay. So, now that you guys have come to a conclusion, we're going to cut to Seka walking back to the garrison with the soldiers. As you are heading back towards the edge of town, you cross by the body of the now deceased corpse flower.
Becca's going to take a second and look it over and just go, God, this thing is ugly. Like, just, like, I'm sure it's really gnarly looking.
One of the guys walking next to you goes, tell me about it. I thought this place don't call on its own. Talk about this thing.
Do you know anything about these things?
No, I've never seen one of these before.
Well, I unfortunately have.
Yeah. They all stink this bad?
Huh?
They all stink this bad?
Yeah, sometimes worse. They usually scavenge the dead. They pick up what's around and add it to themselves. And eat. If this one wandered into town, there must not be anything left to eat. I'm a little... That's kind of scary. I mean, seriously. Can you imagine a bunch of these wandering into town looking for food?
Well, how many of them can there be? It's massive.
I mean, it depends on how many things died and how much food there was to eat. And now, if they're out of it, they'll be coming here looking for more.
Seeing that you guys have kind of lagged behind, the lieutenant kind of calls back. He's like, hey, what's going on?
She gestures at the corpse flower and goes, do you know what this thing is?
Corpse flower.
Do you know what it does?
Eats corpses.
Why is it in the middle of town?
I don't know. It's an evil plant.
It eats corpses. If it doesn't have corpses to eat, it needs to make some.
Hmm.
I'm a little concerned. Can you imagine a bunch of these coming to town?
Yeah.
I mean, there were some adventurers here now, some mercenaries or whatnot, but if they're not around, then it's left to all of us.
Roll a persuasion check.
12.
He looks at you and he's kind of like, doubt any more are in this area, but I'll bring it up with the captain. Come on.
All right.
Anything else you want to do as you head back to the garrison?
Not as of yet.
Okay.
She's going to be generally a little concerned about that.
Mm-hmm. All right. The rest of you?
The only thing I was thinking at that moment.
You guys don't even know what Chekhov's guns I have in play.
Oh, yeah.
You played with Inaris for months. Inaris! Don't worry. You'll see him again.
If he doesn't have flowers in his hair, I'm going to disown him.
Haven't you already?
Furthermore.
Okay.
You'll defeat him by braiding his hair.
Sit down, let me get your hair.
Now that you've come up with the burning the bodies plan, what are you to do now?
Live with Malta.
Okay, you're literally standing right in front of her house.
Oh!
Yeah. The door opens, and she looks at you and just... Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm not a good talker, Frog. Do you want to talk?
So sorry, can you repeat that? My dog is going nuts upstairs. I think he heard you like fake knock on the table.
I'm so sorry. But Greg, you want to take this? I'm not a good talker unless you want me to piss someone off.
Sure, I'll step forward. And he looks very apologetic. He says, I'm so sorry for coming to you again, ma'am. But we've devised a plan to help with your
Come
town.
inside. She steps back and gestures for you all to enter. You enter into kind of a small sitting room with a few plush chairs around a hearth. She's like, sit down. You've come up with a plan?
Yes, we have. Frog sits down in one of the chairs, and he kind of presents the basis of their plan to her. We think it would be best to make the guard believe that the bodies that they have been stealing are no longer usable. And in order to do that, we thought that it would be a good idea to spread the news that this town's dead will be burned rather than buried. Because they can't steal what's not there.
You want us to begin burning our dead?
Not legitimately. You don't actually have to burn the bodies. I understand that your funerary rights are yours, and we're not trying to infringe upon that, but we just thought that if the guards were made to believe you were burning the
You want us
bodies.
to hold a fake funeral pyre?
Yes.
Yes, that is what we want to do.
Okay. You see how this would work?
And maybe have people around town start talking about burning bodies instead of burying their loved ones. So it doesn't go directly to the guard instead of just passes around.
It just kind of hears through word of mouth.
Perhaps we could say that because of the attack of the corpse flower, we no longer want to attract it to our village, so we've begun disposing of our dead differently.
Yeah, that would work.
Okay.
And the corpse flower itself had bodies within it, so if we were to perform the fake funeral pyre, we would be able to have the bodies. As grim as that sounds.
Those are our dead too.
I said we had a chat first, Rug. I did say that.
I apologize. Deeply
I'm
sorry.
wondering
for
where
that.
you thought those bodies came from.
I got overzealous. My bad.
Clearly. Well, the pyre looks much the same with the corpse on it and without. Yes, this could work. Can set one up for tomorrow night. You think you can have everything arranged by then?
We can get animal bones.
We will.
That would look like animal bones. Never mind, ignore me.
Or we could just burn a pile of wood. Funeral pyre leaves nothing behind.
Mm-hmm. And we are surrounded by forest.
Yes.
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 Okay. Thank you for this. Truly.
Of course. We are glad we were able to help perform the job necessary.
Okay. Well, I will begin speaking with the other council members, the rest of the townsfolk. And I guess we'll begin this plan. Have a good day.
You as well, ma'am. Thank you
I'm
again.
glad you could all work together on this one. She opens the door and gestures for you to file out.
You know, if we had brains, I feel like this would have been much easier. If we thought about this sooner, everything would have gone so much better.
What, this mission wasn't supposed to take 10 whole weeks to execute? It's crazy.
Just remove the death from the town and people won't want to come here anymore. Usually it's the opposite.
God, we're smart, guys. We're so good at this game.
Thanks for giving us the answer, Percy.
Yeah, you're welcome. In fact, I gave you several answers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do with the rest of the afternoon? Sek is going to go on patrol about starting at about 6 o'clock and go late into the evening.
I probably want to sleep. I think I'm still exhausted.
Yeah, we're all still exhausted. I think
Yeah, we're all tired, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you go to sleep now, you'll be waking up around 10. We'll give you a couple of hours before you need to meet with Seka.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that
Is
works.
that a long rest?
Yeah, it's a long rest.
Okay.
And
I forgot to give you disadvantage on your persuasion checks again.
Yes!
Oh, shit! That would have just been a flat roll then. That would have been bad, though. That would have been a 3.
You guys are lucky I'm bad at this.
If I was smarter,
Wait, but
Matt Mercer blessed this session, Percy. You should have done better.
Matt Mercer invaded this session.
he is not welcome here. I'm so kidding. Matt Mercer, I love you.
Before we take a long rest, can Sir Edward look for a nice, sturdy piece of lumber?
Yeah, there's the lumber guy down the road from the tavern.
Yes.
The wood
I'll go
guy.
there and grab one.
Okay.
And then he's gonna go to sleep.
All right.
A trio of psychics named Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda. Shoulda, Coulda, and Woulda. They have to fight their evil brother didn't.
New character alert.
And Joseph, King of Dreams.
I've only seen Joseph King of Dreams once.
I'm gonna show you my Pokemon movies. There's Lux hair attached to it.
Yeah, there it
There's
is.
Lux hair attached to everything.
They keep
Look
sniffing
at
it.
her tail over her nose.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
I'm still poisoned.
Awesome.
This entire time I've just been slowly turning green.
Wait, Timo, you're poisoned?
Yeah, I'm poisoned.
You'll be unpoisoned at the end of the long rest.
No, I didn't get unpoisoned at the end of the long rest.
I was like,
You don't want to sleep at all?
Oh, also being poisoned gives you disadvantage on ability checks.
Good thing I didn't roll any.
I need to write these things down.
Yeah, I didn't roll any.
I feel like double disadvantage just means you can't make the check. Like, you just don't do anything.
No, advantage and disadvantage can't compound. You only get one.
Optimal scenario, we have like a chalkboard on the wall. It's like active conditions.
Hey, if it works, it works.
So, while they're sleeping, Seka, is there anything you'd like to do in the garrison?
Well, she will probably make more can mention to just like almost like gossip. Like, did you see that thing? I'm a little worried. We don't need more of those showing up. They're,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, it's like I really don't want to mess with those.
Right.
Do any of you know how common they are? Like, because that isn't a thing that she knows.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll do that a little bit, and then she'll head to whoever's superior before going on patrol, and actually, no, I know it's in this town already. Never mind. But Yeah, kind of just shooting the shit and trying to sow some seeds of that being a general concern, just to see what happens.
Okay.
And that's about it.
You gotta make propaganda.
Basically.
All right.
And I mean, hopefully it will just work with what you guys are doing. They were independent thoughts.
Yeah, it looks like a long rest does not heal you if poisoned. If it says on the thing that it's a short duration, then it'll be after that duration. But if it doesn't, you just have to wait till someone cures you.
I can, before we go to sleep, I can do a quick cure wounds if you need, because I'll get it back after the long rest.
That's just general HP recovery.
Cure wounds is 1d8 plus 1, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't cure poison.
Oh wait, it doesn't cure poison?
Yeah.
How do you cure poison?
Apparently it's up to the DM if you can do it with like medicine checks, or like a cure status condition.
Give me like 8 more weeks of my alchemist kit and we'll pull through.
Just hang on there, Primo.
Primo's over there going like, help.
It looks like
coursing through my veins.
Did you get poisoned by general fumes or what?
Yeah, I got poisoned by the stench. I failed.
Oh.
in this case, there's no
Suck
specific
it out the wound.
Poison can generally be removed by lesser restoration and protection from
Yeah,
poison. Lay on hands.
Just pay
I
someone
think
to
you're
do it.
just poisoned until the end of combat.
That's what you decided to DM?
Yeah. Okay. That's what it sounds like on the monster page.
I am using your words, and now I'm no longer poisoned.
Nice. So, you all snuggle together on your beds in the inn.
We finally have Redacted back to sleep with.
It's been less than a day.
It's been so long.
You lay down and you feel the exhaustion just sinking you into the mattress. You fall into sleep and then wake once more to the sound of crickets and owls outside of your windows. And Demo's room, which left the shutters open, feels a cool night breeze blow through the room. And also there's a spider on your face.
I'm gonna push it onto Frog.
Does that wake me up?
You all wake up at approximately the same time.
Oh, we're all already awake. Okay. Where do you push it onto my face?
How, like, it's on my face, so, like, where
Where do
on
you
the
put
Frog
this?
is that? It was
Well, if Frug's head is next to yours, then yeah, that could be on
it's
Frug's
on-
face.
It's on your face.
He is still waking up, so he just kind of like swats at it, and then he's like, he sits up and like, he gets out of bed immediately and is on high alert. He's sick of those spiders.
Either of you gonna do anything about the spider?
Can I just mage hand it and put it back
You can't
outside?
see it.
You can't see it anymore.
It's in the sheets.
Why not just get up and...
Yeah, Frog's got like his quarterstaff in both hands, like a baseball bat, and he's just like looking.
So Redacted pulls the sheets off, and there you see it, kind of in the middle of where you all were, just kind of sitting there, and then begins to scuttle towards Fimo again.
I'm gonna jump 3 spaces behind Redacted.
Okay.
Can I try to whack the spider with my quarterstaff?
Roll to attack.
That's a -1 because it's strength.
Why even
That's
try?
a 10 to hit the spider.
You rear up with your staff and slam down, and just like a poof of dust comes up from the mattress, from like the hay inside of it. With the spider just like you landed a full foot away from the spider on the mattress and just keeps scuttling around.
Can I just mage hand grab it?
I rolled to attack to try and grab it.
It's an attack.
Yeah.
What, like 15 something?
It takes like a minute or two of the mage hand like going at it and missing, and then going at it and missing, but eventually the hand catches hold of it and carries it out to the window and drops it 2 stories to the ground.
Maybe I'll grab the wall. I don't know.
Spiderweb. Anyways, after that, you all head downstairs for a very late dinner. The dining room is empty, except for you all and the ever-present barkeep.
Everybody's. What? Isn't it 10?
Yeah, it's you guys.
Everybody's out at 10.
Yeah,
No one's in a tavern at 10. That's just.
it's a very small town,
Yeah, I guess.
And they have families.
and all the soldiers
Everybody's family then.
regiments they need to follow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you'll get a nice hearty bowl of beef stew, some crusty brown bread, with home-turned butter, and some fresh buds.
I was about to be like, what's your seasonal fruit?
Some buds.
Yes.
Sliced bugs drizzled in honey.
So Ferg has a question. We're all just kind of tucking into our meals,
Mm-hmm.
but he kind of like leans forward and lowers his voice because he's asking a question. And he says, "So we told Rolka about the plan to fake the burning of the bodies. We're the only one in the tavern, right? You said that?
Yeah.
We're the only
You
ones
and the
in the
barkeep.
Yeah. Should we also do our part to spread the word about the bodies being burned, or should we leave that to her?"
I would say we would help, but I wanted to tell Seka first.
Yeah,
these
that would be
people.
good. Huh?
I feel like they much more believe Seka than random people that they just didn't like.
Yeah. That's true.
You know redacted?
That's not in game.
Oh, okay.
I was just asking general questions.
Mm-hmm.
Disappearing.
He leans back and continues eating his bread. And he says, "I suppose we shall wait to tell Seka then."
I'm gonna take all the butter and just lather it on top of my bread. So it's like just 90% butter and 1% bread. I'm gonna eat
That
that.
sounds like all the butter?
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of those kids, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she
That
is.
sounds so good. Butter. I
Right.
love bread.
Nice.
And butter.
It's 90% butter, 10% bread.
You ever just go through a phase where you're like, the only thing I want to eat ever is toast with butter?
No.
Just like plain toast with butter. It's so good though.
Not
I go through a phase of like a month of doing that and then never wanting to eat it again.
Well, it depends on what the bread is.
Yeah.
Mm.
I went through a phase of making bread.
Yeah, you did.
Huh?
I
That was
went,
weird.
I went through a phase of making bread.
Ooh.
Why did you
That
get
sounds
a bread
fun.
machine?
Why or where?
Why?
Because I wanted to make bread.
Bread
You
machines
don't
are
need-
awesome.
I've
And-
never used one.
Yes, you have. Don't lie.
You can call in the night before, and then you'll wake up to the smell of fresh baked bread in the morning. Because a lot of them have time about the best thing ever.
That sounds so good.
It is. You wake up and your like environment is just full of that like fresh baked smell. It's when you take it out, so it's so good.
Nice.
I got
haven't
it
had
from
one in years, but I miss it.
I got it from Goodwill. It was a fantastic buy.
Hell yeah. I
So
love
this thing
bread.
now officially works.
See this?
You won't be able to see me because it's dark, but you can certainly hear it. Give me a sec.
The whip is going in action.
Nice.
Ooh,
I like
that's
that.
nice. That was a hearty whip crack. Oh my god, you guys have donuts?
They're cookies.
They're cookies with marshmallows inside
Oh,
them.
I thought they were donuts. And I was like, and I'm not there.
You chose the worst day not to be here, right?
I put all the butter on
That's
top
so nasty.
I put all the butter on top of one
I
piece of
hate
bread.
that.
It's 90% butter, 10% bread.
Ew.
That's what Fiend was eating.
Ew.
Oh, I love my pierogies in my apartment.
Not the pierogies!
The pierogies, they're in my old freezer. No.
Your head, just going down.
Well, just pierogies has been left unquenchable.
Okay.
I love pierogies so much.
So the first thing I did was try to use my left hand as well. I'm like, I should be able to do this with both hands. And I promptly whipped myself in the back. I was like, right hand, good. Right hand, good. Let me try left hand. Okay.
Whoops. Oops, Daisy.
Trial and error.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit. Gonna be some learning, but the corpse flowers really are gross. Corpse flowers really are gross looking.
Yeah.
Oh no, Cusco.
Cusco's poison? The real target of the corpse flower. Cusco! No! Cusco!
Eat more.
Cusco!
Wow. That's basically just a chocolate coated marshmallow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a cookie in it. It's got a cookie.
It's not a cookie.
But other than that, yes.
Nitro one, where are they?
Okay. So, Seka, when you go out on patrol, is there anything you want to do?
I think I'll just chat with my fellow guards a little bit.
Okay.
I'll mention that it's like, well, it's like I thought you said that it wasn't usually eventful around here.
It's not. That shit today, I've never seen that before. You kidding me? That was whack.
I love it so much.
It's fucking Chad.
It's like, I mean, it's kind of a shame because it makes it more interesting, but I really don't want to ever see one of those again at all.
Yeah, you're telling me. What the fuck, man?
Like, did you see the slime it left down the road?
Yeah, I saw the slime. Ew.
It's a special level of fucked up. All that corpse slime.
Yeah.
I really, really hope that we don't have more of those coming.
Same. Jesus Christ.
Knock on
Who
wood.
the fuck is Jesus?
Who the hell is Jesus?
Oh my god, did you make up?
Bad to see Jesus.
What's your fantasy Christian? Christianity? What's that?
No,
There are 5 gods.
I just want to believe
Very
Jesus
which
Christ.
No, there are 5
burning
state
healing fire
gods.
gift.
There's 5 state gods, man.
Get it right.
I just want to believe Jesus Christ is a narcissistic wizard, and he made a spell, like a powerful spell that just makes people randomly say his name.
You guys are really, really quick. You guys are.
It's really good marketing.
Fast.
Guard's reaction to slime.
See, why am I looking at Mary Winchester right now?
Burning the bodies.
Why would
That's
My
awesome.
thingy. Second's gonna point out that it's like she's gonna pause a second, then she's gonna go. Can you imagine getting that all over you?
Do you think it would do something?
Huh?
Like, do you think it would do something? Like,
I don't know.
would it burn us? Maybe. Ugh.
I don't think it. Nature check. Would the slime do anything to you?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
Because I honestly don't know.
I'm finding burning gifts way too fast.
supernatural burn fire gift?
Natural one.
You got no fucking clue. Actually, you're like.
Never seen this before.
No, actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, if you touch the slime, it would completely dissolve you. Just, like, instantaneously.
It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like acidic. I think it might melt you.
Are you serious?
You did see
Oh my god.
what the bodies look like, right?
Yeah.
Is it still on the edge of town? Did anyone do anything
Yeah,
with
it's
it?
still there.
Ugh. Do I know how
Interrupt
common
this D&D session.
If you breathe the spores, you become impotent.
Dude, I hear if you get too close, your cock just falls right off.
That chemical castration.
it just melts anything that hangs off?
Exactly.
Just like.
Yes.
And, would I know how common these are? Probably not based on that last check.
No. No idea.
Well, good. Then she's not lying when she says that there could be lots more. Like, oh, I can't imagine if there's more of these. That's so gross. And she'll just kind of like move on with the patrol and only really mention it again if they encounter the slime on the ground throughout their patrol and just kind of be like, and just make a deal of.
You actually have to walk along the street that the corpse flowers drive through, and the whole way along, like for a couple hundred yards, you're all just kind of like edging past.
Trying very hard not to step on it.
At one point, one of the guards like toes the edge of the sign, like shit, and just starts like frantically rubbing his shoe in the dirt.
Oh my gosh!
Do you know how many people catch on fire in Supernatural?
She laughs at. She gets a chuckle at this, but she's like, "Oh my god, let me look at your shoe." And she like. She checks it out and she's like, "It looks like you're okay," and then things proceed on. Yeah, that will be the bulk of her patrol time. So, and hopefully she'll get to the tavern afterwards at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So much burning.
We've got a brands to keep up.
You know, I'm going to point out that there used to be a saying that Supernatural had a gift for literally everything.
Yeah, I'm well aware. Well
And I
aware.
mean, literally everything.
Yeah.
Like, I had somebody challenge me on it once and it didn't work.
No.
Like, you don't have one for glitter. I'm like, damn, I do.
Are you kidding me? There's a whole episode.
Yeah. And it's like covered in glitter, and then he's like, I earned this. So.
Yeah.
my god. When will it end?
Alright, so Seka finishes her patrol, productive as it was. And you head over to the tavern for a late meal.
Yeah.
The other guys you were with were like, I'm just gonna have a ration pack and go to bed.
Alright. I think I could use a real meal. I'll be back in a bit.
Alright, see ya. Remember, we got morning patrol.
You're right.
This is a really terrible system.
It's like, I won't be late. And she heads over to the tavern and goes inside. And is everyone still eating?
They're not eating anymore, but they are still hanging out.
I still have the butter.
Yeah.
She walks in, and she walks up to the table, and it's not an really emphatic, super angry hand slap, but it is just like a, what the hell?
Hi, Seka!
Are we good?
I'm good with you, yes. You're fantastic and lovely and wonderful.
It's more compliments than I've heard in a minute.
Yes.
Thank you. What's going on? I think you're muted.
Me?
If you were talking.
No, she wasn't talking.
It was just pure silence for Fimo. As she starts sticking her butter fingers in her mouth and licking, pretending that's what she has to do with her mouth. Yeah, she was like, great to see you. She's like, oh, I can't talk right now.
So
And
what
then
are
she
you guys
sticks
doing?
her spit-covered fingers like all over the table,
Looking
like
for
a child at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Seka says, this is the first time that I haven't had a bunch of people around me, so I'll tell you what I know and what I have going on. Most of the guard doesn't know anything about why they are collecting people, but I have gotten them to slip and admit it. We know that, so it's confirmed. But I have been talking to them about that corpse flower, hoping that they might consider that if it's out of food, there might be more around that might come into town looking for more food. So hopefully that will make them uncomfortable. A lot of the guards don't seem to really like the idea of just how gross and horrible that thing is, and the fact that they'd have to do any work at all really seems to annoy them. So hopefully that's something. So I've started talking about that. What are you guys doing?
We're spreading the rumors that they're starting to burn bodies now.
Okay.
Wait, did we explain that plan to her? Explain?
No, but she just mentioned it now, and Seka considers for a second and goes, okay. So you're hoping that if there's no corpses, then there's no reason to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hoping
Exactly.
that if there's no corpses, there may be more things that might attack the town and wipe it out. And hopefully either one of those would make them not want to be here. So maybe these things work. I hope this is resolved soon, because if I spend too much longer around any of these people without slapping them in the face,
To take psychic damage.
Seka start taking 1d8 psychic damage daily.
emotional damage. I'm gonna get some food.
Seka,
Yeah.
have you thought about how you're going to get out of the guards when this is finished?
See, that has been a question. I'm hoping that when they go to leave, I just won't. Because I mean, I'm not officially signed up. I haven't signed any paperwork. They didn't really ask me any information about myself. I don't even know my proper last name.
I feel
So-
like
Probably
you're
having
not
trouble contacting you.
Exactly. So even if I was just there and helped out and just went, you know what? I'm going to go back to being a mercenary. I'm hoping that they won't ask too many questions. So
Okay. And if they do?
well, I'll just try to slip away when I can and meet up with you guys later.
Okay. So you're going out to the latrine and
Never come
you're seeing. Yeah.
She's going to get milk, guys. It's fine.
I mean,
Sekka, we can't survive without you. You saw what happened when you were gone. You saw what happened when you were gone.
she legitimately does exactly what I'm doing now. Did you guys really? You really did kill all those people.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
And you were working for our lovely mistress.
Yes, we were working for the mistress with an artist too. He was there.
Okay. Yeah, no harm, no foul. Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
I feel like an artist could be redeemable if he wasn't undead.
I mean, that's... You think what you want. With that.
I feel like the person who's making him undead is more at fault than he is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's likely that he's under someone's thrall.
But if
I don't know if that's a phrase.
if you take an undead and you free them from who they work for, do they still live? Are they?
Is that a magic question?
Yeah, you're proficient in Arcana, right?
I am.
Make an Arcana check for me.
Yes, sir.
Why did you say
That
this
is
to me?
23.
You're in D&D.
Thought you'd like to see it.
It's really pretty and really hot.
The Arcana check was a 23.
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, didn't know if you heard.
Becca over here struggling to determine if something that is undead that dies again is living or not. It's like, do they just stop working?
Body collapses like a puppet that got its strings cut.
Yeah, do you know the those little animals that have the little, they're on a thing and they're held up with string tension, and when you push the buttons they just go flip, and then when you let go they go flip. No?
Yeah, I think.
I'm gonna share this with the
Okay.
D&D
It's like a
person.
childhood
So
relic.
see this.
No.
Mm-hmm. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So many supernatural burning gifts.
Yeah.
Too many.
Except for the bottom. There's tons.
So much of the show is fire.
So much of this. They burn a body like once an episode.
Yeah, I remember there are 4 episodes of Supernatural that don't have someone die in them. I think.
So,
Jamie, was this?
I don't know with the recent seasons if that is still true, but it's at least under 10. It has to be.
Wait, what? What's this?
Is this something like where you push it and it just kind of like? Whoop?
Yes!
Yeah. I was like,
that one right there?
yeah. That's why I was like, hold on.
Yeah, I do know what those are. Okay.
Yeah.
You like push it and they just go, meow.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh god. Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
I forgot that scene existed. I was like, when the hell do people burn to death in Jujutsu Kaisen? That's when.
That's why.
Well, nothing's even burned yet.
That's true.
Anything. So what are we waiting for?
Yes, if you kill the master, then the undead servant will also die.
I really don't think it's Inaris' fault. Because he's not really. Well, okay, I'll take that back. We don't know the extent of the magic being performed on him. We don't know if he has like a will of his own and is working for her willingly, or if it's just a servant.
You would know with that Arcana check that the only way for a creature to be undead for this period of time, they would have to be a thrall, which means that they are under the complete control of whoever reanimated them.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
I tell that to second.
probably not Inaris' fault, but also not anything we can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. I really don't like the undead.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit. That's like not as he like can't surprise it a little. I can't think right now.
I mean, I guess if you're using undead, you're not being evil, but that's very upsetting. Anyway, I'm gonna get some stew. On that, she goes over and picks up some stew. And sits at. I guess I was picturing the table they're at to be adjacent to the bar.
Yeah.
So she'll sit at the bar with her back to the bar so she's facing the table and can still interact.
Uh-huh.
Just in case anybody does come over. So I know that you said that I'm fine. But what about everyone else?
I assume everyone else is fine. Redacted isn't talking.
Why?
Atonement.
For what?
Killing those people.
Our actions.
Our actions have consequences.
So how exactly does not talking atone?
He thinks by not talking we'll be better able to perform the actions required to atone, if that makes sense. I believe he said our voices distract sometimes from the actions. Did I get that right?
He's writing.
Yeah, she looks over at Redacted, who appears to be writing, and waits. But because I'm genuinely curious about the logic here. If it's infernal, that's fine. She can read that too, but she's not going to read that.
And Edward and Duchess haven't talked to us either. They just kind of been hanging around.
You guys don't have anything to say?
Redacted's still writing.
Yeah. Bob's been more talkative than those two.
I more meant Sir Edward and this Duchess cat person that I have not really met.
Duchess is sitting, feet and hands on the chair.
That's so cute.
You're first.
Hey, Kylie, just a question. Did you get the name from the Aristocats? Sorry if I asked that already.
I did. Percy help me.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's immediately what I thought of when you announced your character. I was
My
like,
first recommendation was Spot, and she was like, nah.
I have a message for Redacted. I shall now read it.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Every second we are not getting the proper punishment for our actions is painful. Let's just get this over with so we can work on truly becoming better people.
This guy's fucked up.
That's crazy.
What
Rug doesn't say that. That was right.
Secca asks for an ale and takes a bite of her stew. She's like, look, you guys were hired for a job. It's just, unfortunately, how it goes sometimes, that your employers screw you over. And the mistress is a special level of absolute fucking bullshit. It never for Edward when he came to tell me about this. She kind of shoots a glance over at him. That no matter who you kill, it never feels good when there wasn't a legitimate reason. And there's really not much you can do about it. Especially if it was unfortunately legal. Redacted, what do you really think we should be doing to atone, or you guys should be doing to atone, because I wasn't there.
He's writing.
He's putting quill to paper.
No, Redacted uses a charcoal stick. Ew!
It smudges everywhere.
Before you know it, Fimo is just covered, face is just covered in charcoal smudges. Touching the thing and then touching it.
Imagine if oh my god, wait. Will, are you a lefty? Did I not think about that?
Yeah.
Did I not? If you were writing with charcoal, that would get fucking everywhere. That's
It's
terrible.
just a massive black blur covering the entire page.
It'll get gradually grayer.
And making it illegible as he writes.
That was school.
Why does he look like he's sitting in a high chair? He's just Heather drew Frog sitting in a high chair at the table.
He likes to be tall. He's so little.
Yeah.
His feet.
That's so funny.
It's funny because
It's
I'll
accurate.
be interested to see what's said here, because it's vaguely upsetting to me as the player that it's going to be really hard to convince Secca that this is a problem at all. She's not an evil character, but she's just
weathered.
She's just practical. If there was nothing you could have done, there was nothing you could have done.
What is this? What is this?
The wheezing.
You have to show them legally. Legally, you have to show them.
Legally?
Let us see. Ah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in art and crap. It's going in art and crap.
Oh dear.
What the fuck?
What do we got?
You know who that is.
Is that Megumi's dad?
Yes.
So cool.
If it were anyone else, you saw for a moment you were just like, hello, and then you're like, oh, wait. That's why I was laughing.
He's a shithead.
Hate his fucking guts. You were like, hello, oh no. It was such a drastic change. Redacted note. I am now reading it.
Wait. Oh, sorry.
Please listen. It is true that such actions were accidental, but those were innocent regardless. There's no way to repay, so I guess this is just a way for me to process while it is still fresh in my mind. I can appreciate your numbness, and I hope to reach that level someday, but for now, it is still new.
That's fair. Process away. She takes a large drink of her ale. Numbness is a good way of putting it. She just focuses on her bowl of food for a while.
Bob goes and gets a pint of ale.
Okie doke. How are Duchess and Edward doing?
Yeah, we're with them.
Duchess is laughing at a saucer of milk.
She was trying to engage them, but
If you look at Sir Edward Brewer, you remember the first time you met him, he was very enthusiastic. He was very showing off Charles and Sylvans and was very experimental. And now he sits at the table with very little emotion, looking at his food. Sylvans is motionless, almost like turned off on top of Charles. And Sir Edward is just minding his own business.
It seems pretty unbothered. She's just going ham at her fucking bowl of milk. She's got a little milk mustache. That's all I got. I don't know. It's fine.
we'll consider for a few minutes, and she'll look over at Sir Edward and go, "So what are you going to do after we handle the situation? What are you going to do?"
Probably leave.
I was going to say, just know if you are going to be exploring. Are you going to go back with the carnival group?
No.
Just know if you plan to continue traveling, you're going to encounter a lot of this.
I am aware.
Are you?
I just had to witness a lot of it, didn't I?
Fair enough.
I'll keep traveling until it kills me. And honestly, I think it will.
Isn't it better to travel with a group?
Proto moment.
Especially if you're unfamiliar?
I'm not traveling because I want to.
Then why?
I have obligations.
I know that feeling. She takes another long draught of her drink and says, she kind of just sighs. And, you know, do you really intend to travel everywhere for these obligations on your own?
Kind of looks down at his food and he says, I don't care if I'm alone or not, but I'm going to travel.
And what you saw here was so upsetting to you that you gotta go?
More than just that, but no, unless any of you can cure an uncurable disease, I do not think that it is worth my time.
It's fine, I don't know why I'm here either, but safety in numbers is nice sometimes. But if you don't feel safe, she goes back to eating her food.
Out of character. I love how this man stole from Frog and was like, I got all that I needed. I'm going to leave now.
Yeah, basically.
I came here when I'm saying.
As far as I know, Sekka's not really aware except through hearsay of the theft.
Yeah.
So, she might have stronger words if she did know, but for now, yeah. Well, quite a bit of awkward silence in this group.
Frog's just sitting there eating his bread.
I don't think anybody knows of the theft, not even Frug.
I certainly don't. I rolled a 5 on perception.
Until
More
Frog,
of a private note.
until Frog checks for his cards.
Stack.
Has he checked for? He hasn't checked because he doesn't think he has a reason to.
Yeah.
So he's still completely unawares, and he might figure it out at a later date when he's like preparing his spells or something. He'll be like, "Wait a damn minute," but don't think anything will come of that.
Taking a picture of
Won't
this.
immediately be like,
Something to do.
Ray. You're getting a message from Redacted.
"I am receiving a message from Redacted." You say?
I hate that word so much.
I guess you could physically pass it on
You can't physically pass it on.
in the game.
Yeah, I can physically pass it on. I was only to Frog.
You should just mail it to me. All the way in Roswell.
Yeah. Only take how long to get there? There it goes. Just a
Chuckles a little and continues eating his bread.
Frog has consumed an entire loaf at this point.
I'm gonna.
Let's go!
And then he reaches for
He's a
another.
machine!
I'm gonna keep stealing butter from Frog's table.
Gonna run out of butter.
So, about this burning thing.
Yes.
Burning Man?
Ooh.
I don't think I have a desert
Give real
region on
music to
that,
this tiny town.
but
So, how are you planning on handling that?
We have talked to the chief, and we are setting up a fake pyre. It's totally a real pyre. Funerals thing tomorrow, and we're spreading rumors through the townspeople, so it will come naturally to the guards that they've started burning people.
So, by naturally,
Hmm.
I was like, so by naturally, you mean maybe I should mention something?
Yes.
Yes, that was what I was about to say.
Mm.
Just in passing, something casual, just so that they get a. I forgot how I was going to finish that sentence, but yes.
I have morning patrol tomorrow. I have an idea. Hopefully, said they're starting a fake pyre tomorrow.
Yes.
Maybe they can start. I wonder if they can start setting
The
up.
batteries running low, person.
what? It's not plugged in all the way.
What? What the heck?
Is it working now? Yes.
There we go.
When did that happen?
Yeah. I don't know who you had setting it up, but if they could start setting it up in the morning, that would be great. I think I could work with that.
Okay, we were tasked with making the plans and setting everything up in time. So, I forgot where I was going with that. Wait, my brain's all scrambled.
That's because you're not here in person.
Eggs.
You didn't get rice for dinner, and now you're not at your peak condition.
I'm not. I'm sorry.
It was
I have
baked
help.
tofu too.
Just had pizza and wine like a loser. But yeah, so we still have preparations to do for the funeral pyre, obviously. We need to collect wood for the fire. I don't know why you're laughing so hard because that's a task on the list, but whatever.
Percy is totally dying.
Is there someone in town who like officiates funerary proceedings, or is it just like the family buries the body and then goes about their day?
I'm so sorry. I was looking for that that goat that burns in Sweden every year, and I found this GIF, and it's horrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so delightfully troubling. I love how just troubling that is.
Oh my god. That's awful.
Anyways, yes, there is like a head, like a spiritual person who's in charge of the funerary rites.
Mm-hmm. We should probably. Oh fuck! It's like 10 at night. Are they still open?
It's like midnight by this point.
It's mid. Oh fuck! We might. If we need the funeral parlor guy to, head the funeral, and it's midnight, that might not, unless we want to bother the poor man.
You've had no problem doing that in the past.
That's true.
Why stop
Okay,
now?
never mind. My qualms are gone.
I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about Isaac.
Look at Morgan's name in the chat. Look at Morgan's name.
Why would you say something? That's funny.
So, Seka's gonna finish up her meal and go, well, if you're gonna go see about that, I'm gonna head back to the garrison. It's getting late and they're gonna start asking questions. So back I go.
Why would you put that emoji on Isaac? Who did that? Who's the one who put that emoji?
I kind of wanted to roll a going back to the garrison stealth check for Seka, just to not wake anybody. I did a 20. I rolled a 19, so I have a 23. So that's
damn.
I'm sorry, what are you trying to do? You're trying to find his house?
Huh?
You're trying to find his house?
No.
She's going to the garrison.
Yeah, the garrison.
But she didn't want to wake anybody, so I rolled a stealth check for her.
Okay, well, there's guys
She's
out
like
front.
dodging and weaving through the streets.
Yeah, and I got a 23.
Are you going to try and sneak into the garrison?
Well, she wants to go back in, but she doesn't want to wake anybody because it's late now.
Okay. Well, the guards standing at the door let you in, but nobody inside notices your entrance.
Yeah, that's more that. So, no, she wasn't going to try and sneak, but.
Sleeping boys are around.
I'm looking at Isaac.
Oh my god!
Why? Why?
Isaac. Isaac's our mascot, guys.
Oh my god, I need
The
help.
next time someone in the campaign asks what we call our group, we're just gonna say Isaac.
No! Where did they all go?
Oh man, standing goat. What is he doing? .gif.
Where did they all go?
No.
No. I'm about to shunt you all into the plot of The Witch.
This was foreshadowed. We talked about goats at the beginning.
We did. Stop me.
Goat.
The recording's gonna make no sense.
Why
because
does
we're
he look
laughing at
like that? What is he? He looks like a doll.
He does. He does not look real. Isaac is but a figment of our imaginations.
Lee says we're about to live deliciously. Okay. So do you guys want to go to bed? Or do you want to stay up for a while because you just woke up like 3 hours ago? Even though it's 1 a.m.
Frog is not feeling particularly tired. Frog has ruined his sleep schedule. So,
Don't be like Frog.
don't be like Frog. Make wise decisions. Go to sleep. Personally, I think it would be a good idea to try and get in touch with the
Oh, he's taxidermied.
funeral
Oh,
guy.
that makes sense. There's more Isaac! I'm so sorry.
Low quality Isaac.
I know the actual name of him, but I'm not
What's his
saying it.
name?
You want it?
Yes.
September 5th, 2018, artist and taxidermist Adele Morse uploaded on her Instagram account a video of a goat she taxidermied. She nicknamed Billy the Goat Kid.
Billy the Goat Kid.
Why would they do him like that?
Okay, so I may have been casting foxes all day, and I may well be high on fumes, but am I crazy to think that Billy looks like he's alive and moving at the end? Mainly his ears.
He 100% does.
It was months ago when I opened my phone, this video was suddenly mysteriously the first one to show up what's going on.
Billy the Kid Goat.
I opened Art and Crap to see Toji Fushiguro.
I mean, what's there not to like?
His parenting methods.
Him dying. His slug.
Oh yeah, he did do that, huh? His worm. Ugh. Nasty. So what are we doing?
Sorry, we got distracted by goats.
Uh-huh. I personally think it would behoove us to try and get the services of the funeral guy. The title, I forgot what his title is, but him. Just so that the whole thing seems more official and the guards have more of a reason to believe it.
Sounds good to me.
Goat. What the fuck is it doing?
What is it?
Goats.
There are so many goats in this chat.
What is that, Dovovich?
The one that I did, yeah.
Dovovich.
That movie was so boring. And there's redacted.
Wow.
He's so big.
Yeah, because he's next to tiny people.
He was not that tiny.
Yeah. But I'm also drawing in pen. Anyways, what we're doing now. Ignore the goats. We have business to attend to.
What do you want to do at this midnight hour?
Isaac.
Isaac. I'm so sorry for starting this. I couldn't be the only one to have seen him.
Mm.
The way his eyes follow you. So, what are you guys gonna do? Sek is going to bed.
We're going to the funeral rites, man.
Okay. Where does he live?
Barkeep!
Good question. Yes, the barmaid.
How can I help you? That was the wrong accent.
We would like to go visit the funeral man.
Right now.
Yeah?
He'll be asleep.
Not for long.
It's on the next street. Go up on the right, about 5 houses. It's the one with all of the plants growing in front of it.
Frog says it's that loud.
Frog does not say that out loud. But
I don't like this last
himself.
goat.
And after that, he gives a little chuckle.
Why has he got an American Girl doll mouth?
Who?
This last goat.
Oh, gosh dang it.
Terrible. Where's the mom?
So we're gonna go walk up the road.
Yep.
Found me.
Yep.
when it was still drying.
Isaac! Isaac!
I don't know how to save an Instagram video, though. But there it was.
Okay, so you head over to the funerist,
Yeah.
the mortician, if you will.
That's the word. Mortician.
The mortician.
The mortician. Are we transferring into creepy dolls now?
I guess so.
That would be metal.
Okay, so you find, well, roll a perception check with disadvantage because it's nighttime and there's no lights.
Matt, I have dark vision.
That's female or everyone?
Yeah, dark vision is limited though.
Do all of us have to roll?
Just female.
Gotcha.
I'll say make it a straight roll since everyone is looking. Okay. You're just tramping through the streets in the middle of the night as a group. 3.
Oh,
You walk in the exact opposite direction. You're like, I can't find it.
I can produce flame so we can see.
It takes you like 30 minutes of wandering before you realize you've made a wrong turn. But eventually you find yourselves at what you would presume to be the correct house. It's like all of the houses in town, it's a single story. Kind of a mud and stone wall with a thatched roof. and several like bushes and low shrubs and small flowers and greenery populating the outside of it. I thought that said stimulator.
There's a lot.
We have been invaded by goats.
I dislike this one. This one is very dislikable.
What? The doll?
Yeah.
Why would you send that to us?
I thought
That's horrifying.
they were doing both dolls and goats.
Why is its face move like that?
I don't know. I just like it.
So as you guys are like moving towards the door, you suddenly hear like a crashing of those plants from behind you, and you see Duchess like on her back, rolling on the ground. Are any of you guys proficient in nature?
I think. Hang on. Oh wait. I think that's the one thing I'm not proficient in.
No, I'm not. I do have a +3 though.
Damn it!
But
I
it's
took a
catnip.
class.
In nature.
I took a class.
It's catnip, isn't it?
No, I'm not proficient in it. Yeah, it's catnip. She's gone nuts.
If anybody can beat a 6, let me know.
You watch her just wriggling on the ground for a little bit. Her tail is kind of like lashing back and forth, and you stare at her for like a minute, and eventually she gets up and she's kind of got a dopey smile on her face.
She's high.
Yeah.
What just happened?
She's like, hey guys.
So,
It's like, my bad. Did you guys want some? You want to take a hit? Sorry.
For sure.
Was I supposed to do that nature or what?
No, you're fine. Okay, are you guys gonna knock on the door now?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I suppose we should.
And there's no response.
No,
There's
the
no
dog.
response.
Don't do it, the dog.
All right. Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning?
Yes.
What do you want?
Frog, what do we want?
Frog's the spokesperson.
You see a very short old man, very like shriveled, wrinkly face with very wide, staring eyes. You get the sense that if he existed in our world, he'd have like the Coke bottle lenses, but he doesn't.
That's cute. He shuffles forward and he says, good evening, sir. So sorry to
I
have
thought you said
disturbed
it was
you.
morning.
It is morning.
It's morning?
It's
Good
morning.
morning, sir. It depends on how you look at it, actually. But,
I'm looking at the dark.
anyway,
Yes?
then it must be nighttime. Regardless,
What?
No. It's morning.
It's nighttime.
It's morning.
It's morning?
Yes.
Why are you gaslighting this old man?
regardless of the time of day.
What time is it?
Come
7 o'clock.
Alabino.
7.
Yes.
Anyway, he kind of like waves his arms to like. Anyway, so sorry to disturb you in your sleep, but we come to ask a bit of a favor, if you don't mind. We're aware that you are the trusted mortician of the town, in charge of overseeing funerary rites and the like. And
Yes.
we have developed a plan for ridding your town. He kind of like lowers his voice a little bit because it's the middle of the night and people may hear him, to rid your town of the guards that have been troubling you. But it involves setting up a fake funerary pyre. And
Funerary pyre. We don't do pyres here. We return our remains to the earth, where they can be reconsumed and lead to later life again.
Yes, you're going to do that after you
Yes,
do
sir.
a fake pyre.
We completely understand your funerary rights are yours to uphold. But what we need to do is construct a fake funerary pyre in order to make the guards believe that the town has started burning their bodies instead of burying them.
So they'll leave you
Because after
alone.
that, they will stop. They have no more reason to stay in your town if you have no dead that they can use. And so they will leave.
Funerary pyres go against our beliefs. Good night.
Sir, please, we're really in need of your assistance.
What? Hi, good morning. How are you today?
So sorry, we know that you may have personal grudges against the act that we're trying to ask you to do, but we're only doing it with the
grudges.
Just gonna like stumble past him and kind of like grab his face and be like, "We're lying."
We're
lying. So slow.
We're lying to the guards.
in order to make them believe that you have adopted the practice of burning your dead instead of burying them, when in reality you have not. We're not actively trying to change your funerary processions, as we know those are...
What was it? It was a cockroach.
As we know, those are very important to you. We would never try to encroach upon that, but we need the guards to believe that they have no more reason to stay in your town, and I believe that this is the best course of action to do so. Otherwise, your dead may not remain in the earth at all.
I cannot have more funerary rites.
I have.
No, that's not real.
I have a message from Redacted.
That's not real.
I have a message from Redacted.
I'm just writing stuff that's not real.
We've come to discuss your corpse's extended warranty.
That's not real.
Hang on, can you repeat that?
That's not
Can
real.
You cut out. Can you repeat that?
That's not real.
We've come to discuss your corpse's extended warranty.
What are you doing to my corpses?
Okay, so I need you to listen. Focus on me. You got this? You're doing fantastic.
I always do fantastic.
Keep up that attitude, sir. Now, do you like the guards? Okay. Do you like that they're stealing your bodies of the dead?
No!
We have a solution for you.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to fake a funeral pyre with no real bodies. There will be wood.
I will not fake funerary rites!
Then the guards will stay here. And continue stealing your bodies.
Good night. You hear no further response.
No! Yeah.
I'm going to start slipping notes underneath the door. They're going to be complete gibberish. But you can see, like...
Timo is illiterate.
Yeah, but it's like drawings of, like, a pyre with, like, a little wood people with sticks. That's what it's going to be. They're going to be slipped underneath the door. And then it's going to have, like, guards walking away from the town.
How long are you guys going to stay there?
How long do you guys want to stay here?
Well, I don't think we're gonna get much more from him. So I think I don't think we have much more of a reason to stay. We could go back to the tavern.
Get him out of the door one more time, is Redacted's message.
Get him open the door one more time.
think he's coming out, Redacted.
You hear very faintly through the wood.
Is there any way for me to spot him?
No,
No windows or anything?
not in the front of the house.
I'm gonna summon Toll the Dead on myself so I can make a giant bell sound.
I could also just make a bell sound.
Oh, you can? Then do that.
He's got minor illusion.
And
It
thaumaturgy.
is midnight.
You both
You
have
both have
thaumaturgy.
thaumaturgy.
Oh yeah, my voice booms up to 3 times as loud as. Let's do that one.
No, but that'll wake everyone else up. That'll wake everyone else up, and this is supposed to. That would be a bad idea.
I could throw the bell sound inside the house. I don't care.
Okay, you can do that. And I can do thaumaturgy, and you create instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range, such as a rumble of thunder, cry of a raven, or ominous whispers. We do a crash of thunder inside his house.
You hear a "Ah!" and then nothing else.
I don't think he's coming out, guys.
Hmm.
So can I use my crowbar to try to like rip his door open?
No, don't do that.
Duchess is high.
Duchess is very high right now.
He's very
Don't
high.
stand in front of the door like this. Like, no!
You're tall.
Wait.
You just do it
He's
over
like
your
waving his
head.
arms up like this. To block as much of the door as he can. He's like, we need to stay on their good sides as much as possible right now.
I'll take out my crowbar too.
Wait. Do you want to ask Rolka to try and convince the mortician?
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
I don't think we should. I really don't think we should
not
be
right
bothering her
now.
at 2 in the morning.
Not right now, but we can do it at like 7 or 8 a.m.
In the morning when
Yeah.
people are waking.
Yeah.
We should go get the.
Yeah. We didn't just scare the poor guy to death.
Sir Edward's like, I can blow.
I was going to try to drop a charm
blow
person,
open
see if
the
that even
door.
worked, but I have no
Okay,
idea.
hold on, real quick. Let's rein it in. I don't think breaking into the house is the answer. And if you had such a problem with us murdering people, I don't feel like you should break into an innocent person's house, especially if they're an old man.
Sir Edward looks like he's high right now.
Why is he high? Why is everyone high?
Pretending to be high.
On catnip? The snake is high?
He's pretending to be high on catnip.
We're besties.
How convincing is it?
Roll a performance check,
What, roll
Edward.
performance?
Yeah.
There's no. I don't want to do anything with it. I just want to know.
That's a 17.
Yeah, you're almost convinced. You're like, wait, can catnip affect snakes?
He's like thinking to himself visibly. Anyway, I think
What did
I really
you
don't
have to
want to
say?
bother Rolka again. She doesn't seem to be too pleased.
Also, the catnip is like brightly growing green.
I have a message from Redacted.
A message from the king.
If I could see them, I could attempt charm person, then maybe they would help.
If we use the crowbar, then we can.
But wouldn't doesn't charm person like does it make them hostile towards you afterwards?
I mean, they'll know, right? To the
Or
player.
isn't it just like if they may become hostile after finding out that they were charmed?
Yeah, because people might not like being charmed.
Gotcha.
It's a saving throw. Regards you as friendly acquaintance. They will remember. Like,
So, what exactly are you a cleric of?
Yeah, when the spell ends, the creature knows it was coming.
Yeah, so maybe that might not be so good.
well, it's not like we're asking to do anything bad.
You can tell he's very clearly against the act of performing a funerary pyre. So even if it's not like outright murder or anything, he'll still probably be pissed.
Does he even know what it is?
Funerary pyre?
I'm pretty sure he knows what that is.
He's so adamantly against it, you see.
I'm gonna give Duchess some of my string to play with while she's high.
He's so excited he's immediately distracted from breaking in.
Yeah. It's nice and
Good tangle room.
yeah, it's all red. It's all nice.
She's going insane.
Edward, do you also want string?
Yes.
I will give him some string too.
He starts wrapping it around his forehead.
Headband.
What is happening?
I don't think this man is okay. Frog, redacted. I think something's wrong with him.
I don't know. He seems. I just didn't know that catnip affected non-cats this way.
It's called catnip.
Do you think I could try some?
I mean,
Edward's like, yes, go for it.
We're just in this poor man's front yard getting stoned.
It's like laughing manically at everything that's happening.
does catnip affect dragonborns?
Throw it at
Very
you.
cute.
It doesn't affect dragonborns, Morgan. I'm so sorry.
I know it doesn't,
Is catnip not
but
illegal?
Bob doesn't.
Catnip's not a controlled substance?
You don't need a prescription for it?
Are there any controlled substances? Besides maybe magic ones.
There is no war on drugs in the Empire.
War on drugs. Let's go. Anyways, we've been staying out here for a while. You guys want to go get wood for the pyre?
Edward,
Would we
like-
look?
Go for it. Who's talking?
Would that look suspicious? Just a couple people randomly walking around in the forest at 2 or 3 a.m.
The witching hour.
I mean,
We look like we're getting high.
we haven't seen any guards yet.
Oh, they are probably too lazy to do anything.
Yeah, we're just getting wood.
He's just standing there, suspiciously.
Lord of the Rings.
I swear, sir, I won't drop no eaves, sir.
I guess we're going to go to the forest and get some wood.
Okay.
Go procure some wood.
Sir Edward is not getting wood. He is going to try to find more catnip.
In the woods.
In the woods?
He's not gonna look for some like mushrooms or anything.
He's specifically looking for catnip.
Roll investigation.
I was rolling for mushrooms.
Roll investigation.
That's
Mushroom check. Go.
20.
Roll a nature check.
That's a 12.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
You find some plants that you're pretty sure look like the catnip that you found in the garden. As for you 100% do find some hallucinogenic mushrooms. They are pure white, and they grow like in the crooks of tree roots.
I'm going to take some for the road, and I'm going to take 3. I'm going to hand one to Edward. I'm going to hand one to Duchess, and I'm going to keep one for myself.
Okay.
Turner's gonna be like, "What's this?"
A
Give
surprise.
him a little pat on the head and be like, I love you. You're so shiny.
I do have golden eyes.
Yeah, she loves that for you. She's very excited.
You can eat that, Duchess.
For me.
Oh, they're edible. He
Yeah.
immediately pops it in his mouth.
This is what we call bonding, I guess.
She's gonna do the same.
I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Yay!
It's gonna be great.
Where is it?
After I see the effects of them, I will decide if I want to put it in my mouth or not.
That's an 18.
I got a 20.
Should I just be the one looking for actual wood?
Hold on. So you guys, you feel for a brief moment like a little bit lightheaded, and you think like your vision kind of like tunnels for a moment, and you think you see some like sparks of color. But after, a few moments, it kind of fades and you don't feel any further effects.
He looks back at Emo and says, "That wasn't strong enough. We need like 5 of those."
How many did I grab? I grabbed as many as I could see.
Probably like a dozen of them.
Okay, I hand him 2 more. So that's 5 gone. I hand you 2 more.
He's like, he's gonna pop 2 in his mouth.
Make a con save.
With disadvantage or?
No, just a con save.
Oh my god, I'm rolling so high. That's a 17.
The DC increased with each subsequent mushroom that you ate. So this time you eat them and you feel maybe you shouldn't have eaten 3 in quick succession because you kind of feel like a roiling in your stomach and you're like, and then you see like the ground kind of lurch underneath your feet and you stumble to one side and everything you see begins to sort of warp and all of the shadows between the trees begin to crawl out around them and towards you and they almost seem to be grasping for you. And you kind of stumble back away from them, but it feels like something catches you on the back and like rakes claws down your spine. And this goes on for a couple of hours.
She's like, "Duchess, what do you want with my back?"
She's like, I'm over here.
I'm going to hand Duchess another one.
Duchess is lost in Femo's eyes.
She is. She's like, you're so colorful. She's like,
Are you guys gonna like catch Sir Edward, or are you just gonna let him like stumble about in the woods?
I'll catch him after I give Duchess another one.
Okay.
Sorry about
Bob
that.
is gonna
Just
follow
stumbling
Sir
around.
Edward. He's
Okay.
not gonna help Sir Edward. He'll just follow and observe.
I'll also follow Edward.
Okay.
If
I'm
it
gonna
seems
eat
like
my
he's
second
about to
mushroom.
make, if he seems like he's about to make a harmful decision, I'll run in and like grab his wrist.
He's
and,
kind
tug
of
him
like
away.
punching at the air a little bit, and like he keeps like flinching away from things that aren't there.
Mhm.
Like an hour in, he starts to cry.
Nothing.
Nothing like a dead.
Is his species capable of tear production?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Duchess, did you
Did you
take
guys
the...
just get mushroom?
Yeah.
You eat it. Okay, make a
Yeah.
con save.
A 6.
God. It takes like immediate effect. It's like the heartbeat in anime when they get like a really bad injury. It's like and like the world kind of like focuses on a single pinpoint in front of you. It's like all of your attention is now narrowed on like this single strip of bark on the tree like 5 feet in front of you. And you're just staring at it because all of a sudden it is the most important thing in the world. And you go up to touch it and you feel like your hand like sinks into the bark. and you feel it like crawling up your arm, and you kind of like lurch back, and you're like feel like you're being encased by tree bark, and you're moving like the Tin Man before he gets his oil. But in your stumbling, you look up and you see like the stars through the tree branches, and you're like, whoa. And they're all like swirling and shifting around, and you like fall flat on your back and just stare at them for a solid 45 minutes before you roll over, and all of a sudden you see a blade of grass. And that is the most important thing in the world. And this continues the same as Edward for a couple of hours.
Better than him.
I don't know if this has been brought up. Does Duchess have slit eyes or like more human eyes?
Split eyes.
She has like slit eyes. Yeah.
So like really good like vertical depth perception, but like zero horizontal depth perception.
Opposite.
It's the opposite.
Yeah. Horizontal depth perception, you're going up and down as shit.
I thought the cat's up and down was better.
They can't track up and down.
What tracks up and down better?
Horizontal pupils. Like goats. And frogs.
Like Isaac.
Why would the goats up and down be better?
Because they have to move their head up and down when they go to eat grass.
Yeah,
whereas a cat is a predator and they're swinging their heads from side to side.
I thought the whole thing would be like the around depth
That's
perception.
That's also it, but they have rectangular flat pupils to keep their focus on level with the horizon, no matter what angle.
I'm going to direct you to goats in trees.
Thank you for these goats and trees.
We love the goats and trees.
Only because heights.
So, Bob is off with
they're like 20 feet that way.
So, redacted, Frog.
Frog's also with Edward.
Oh, so that means I'm with Duchess. I'm gonna lean down and touch Duchess on the nose.
She sees your hand coming, but you're kind of like warped and out of shape. So you're kind of like a Picasso painting. And as your hand like approaches her nose, she's just like, and bats at your hand, but just completely misses it. And when you boop her on the nose, she's like, why do you feel like the sky?
Oh my god! I'm gonna take back my 50 gold from her.
Get back here. Direct me.
She completely unable to stop you.
Do I know she's doing it, or am I just
No, you've got no idea.
Okay. I'm like poking
You
her,
feel her hands like in your pockets, but you think it's the earth like coming up to swallow you. And you're like, blanket.
Yes, I feel better now.
Envelop me in your crust.
Can't believe I've just tracked it. This is so homophobic, Heather. That's just
You have eaten the hallucinogenic mushroom.
You should have taken drugs from a child.
Solidarity.
Anyways, Redacted, do you want to go get some wood? Okay, to left.
Roll investigation for wood. With disadvantage because it's dark outside.
This is my morning doctor's appointment, so I'm going to say.
Okay, we can.
I got a 15.
I'll say that you guys collect a pyre's worth of wood and you just kind of pile it where you are, off in the trees a little ways. I mean, like that's a good job done. And by that point, Duchess and Sir Edward are kind of coming to, both extremely nauseous. And in fact, Sir Edward does puke in the grass. But you all kind of stumble back to the tavern. Just
I
as
spend like 15 minutes trying to look for my hat because I lost it.
you don't find it.
I was in a forest looking for wood, and I rolled a nat 1.
You're like, oh man, the stars are beautiful tonight.
He goes over there doing all the work, looks back.
Her dad is like staring at a beetle on a branch.
like, am I the only one
Anyways.
who's working here?
So you guys stumble back to the inn just as the first lightning of the sky at dawn is beginning to happen. And that's where we'll finish tonight.
I got you guys high.
Great work, everyone.
Didn't think it'd be the high episode.
Yeah, the drugs arc.
What ridiculous chaos.
But all the Isaac stuff happened before.
For Edward's first arc is drugs arc. All right, great.
I'm so happy for him. He's not sad anymore.
This is what bonds people together. They get high
Can you
together.
end the stream, Heather?
Drug.
Don't be sad. Go take mushrooms in the woods.
Harley, I was showing you how
That's
to
like
take
every type of drug.
Still